7 years before the first concert. I think we were called the Antioch Consort in those days. We were distinctly anti-establishment. When we came to Washington, D.C., no sooner did we get here than we started being very establishment. We started an early music group in residence at a very important and well-established institution, and I have to say that that's been a great blessing for us. We've been able to claim a home in the Folger Shakespeare Library that I think is really unlike the kind of structure that any other chamber music group that I know of enjoys. 2 years before the Folger Consort started, I had started a new music group called the 20th Century Consort in Washington. And in our first season, one of our concerts was performed at the Folger. Through that experience, we got to know Lenny Spencer, who was on the Folger staff at that point, head of public programs. And she shared with us this idea of an early music program at the Folger, which made such great sense. So it was really through that relationship and that coincidental meeting that the idea for the Folger Consort sprang.
There we were off and running, and our first performance was in October of 1977. The fact is, we didn't know how long we'd be at the Folger, so when we planned an English program, as of course our first program was, we kind of felt we had to do all the English Renaissance music that was ever composed.
Monday night was the night that the theater was dark. One night we get into the theater, so we had to do 2 concerts in that night, and my memory is that they virtually sold out for the whole season.
A lot of the pieces that were on that first concert are kind of still in our repertoire. That's not because we don't have other ideas and we don't come up with lots of new music, but because we've, had this process of establishing our own classical repertoire. It wasn't done for us in the music that we do.
We didn't know when we started this thing whether we would last for a year or 2 years or 5 years or what. Thanks to a very loyal following and a self-renewing following in Washington, it's really remained a very exciting part of the city's culture. And that's been the case for 40 years.